all, in this video I am going to discuss about PN junction and its working and how it is getting formed and how it is working, how it is useful in our day-to-day life and its application, everything. Come, let's see. A PN junction is the basic building block of many semiconductor devices like diodes, transistors. A clear understanding of the junction behavior is important to analyze the working of other semiconductor devices. Let us try to understand how a junction is formed and how the junction behaves under the influence of external applied voltage, also called as bias. Consider a thin p-type silicon semiconductor wafer. By adding precisely a small quantity of pentavalent impurity, part of the p-type silicon wafer can be converted into n-type silicon. There are several processes by which a semiconductor can be formed. The wafer now contains p region and n region and a metallurgical junction between p and n region. Two important processes occur during the formation of a PN junction: diffusion and drift. We know that in an n-type semiconductor, the concentration of electrons is more compared to the concentration of holes. Similarly, in a p-type semiconductor, the concentration of holes is more than the concentration of electrons. During the formation of PN junction, and due to the concentration gradient across p and n sides, holes diffuse from p side to n side and electrons diffuse from n side to p side. This motion of charge carriers give rise to diffusion current across the junction. When an electron diffuses from n side to p side, it leaves behind an ionized donor on n side. This ionized donor, that is positive charge, is immobile as it is bonded to the surrounding atoms. As electrons continue to diffuse from n to p, a layer of positive charge on n side of the junction is developed. Similarly, when a hole diffuses from p to n, due to the concentration gradient, it leaves behind an ionized acceptor, that is negative charge, which is immobile. As the holes continue to diffuse, a layer of negative charge or negative space charge region on the p side of the junction is developed. This space charge region on either side of the junction together is known as depletion region, as electrons and holes taking part in the initial movement across the junction depleted the region of its free charges. The thickness of depletion region is of the order of 1/10 of a micrometer. Due to the positive space charge region on n side of the junction and negative space charge region on p side of the junction, an electric field directed from positive charge towards negative charge develops. Due to this field, an electron on p side of the junction moves to n side and a hole on n side of the junction moves to p side. The motion of charge carriers due to the electric field is called drift. Thus, a drift current, which is opposite in direction to the diffusion current, starts now. Initially, diffusion current is large and drift current is small. As the diffusion process continues, the space charge regions on either side of the junction extend, thus increasing the electric field strength and hence drift current. This process continues until the diffusion current equals the drift current. Thus, a PN junction is formed. In a PN junction, under equilibrium, there is no net current. The loss of electrons from n region and the gain of electron by the p region causes a difference of potential across the junction of the two regions. The polarity of this potential is such as to oppose further flow of carriers so that a condition of equilibrium exists. Figure shows the PN junction at equilibrium and the potential across the junction. The N material has lost electrons and P material has acquired electrons. The N material is thus positive relative to the P material. Since this potential tends to prevent the movement of electron from the N region into the P region. It is often called as barrier potential. A semiconductor diode is basically a PN junction with metallic contacts provided at the ends for the application of an external voltage. It is a two-terminal device. A PN junction diode is symbolically represented in the given figure. Hope you understand. Thank you.